It's the gateway between East and West and as diverse as it is ancient. An important trading center for thousands of years, this place took influences from around the world and made it their own. Renowned for its hospitality, one thing's for sure, it doesn't take much to get a free cup of coffee in this place.
That is strong coffee. You'll do the chicken walk out of here.
Syrian cuisine is essentially classic Arab food, served up with a twist of the exotic.
I'm planning to eat my way across this fabled land and do a little cooking as well.
Egyptians, Greeks, Romans, Persians, Ottomans. This land has been occupied by some of the greatest empires the world has ever seen, with each one leaving an indelible mark on the landscape and the food, while taking away a few local secrets as well.
They call it the crossroads of civilization. I call it the crossroads of culinary delights. I'm Bobby Chinn and I'm in Syria. I am merengue.
Syria is situated on the southeastern edge of the Mediterranean Sea between Turkey, Jordan, and Iraq. I'm going to be visiting two of the country's most historic cities, Aleppo and the capital, Damascus. My culinary journey starts in the ancient trading city of Aleppo. With more than 5,000 years of history, Aleppo's developed a long tradition of fine dining that has earned it the name the Pearl of the Middle Eastern Kitchen. For centuries, caravans laden with silk, spices, and all kinds of exotic riches from India and the Far East stopped here, their cargo bound for the insatiable Roman Empire. Aleppo souks were famous in the ancient world, and today they're some of the oldest and the largest street markets in the Middle East. Naturally, spices are a prominent feature of the cooking here. But if you're after the authentic flavor of this town, you have to get the mix right.
Being the center of the spice trade, you'd figure they'd have their own spice mixture. And in Aleppo, they got 7 essential spices, which are sweet pepper, black pepper, dry ginger, cinnamon, cloves, nutmeg, and cardamom. And they use it for all their meats. Actually, they put it in their rice, their soup, you name it. They put it in everything. So he's basically grinding it up into a fine powder. And here it is.
Spice is very good from.
You can taste the fieriness of the ginger and maybe a little nutmeg. And then it just goes, what the hell is going on? Who figured this out? Do you notice in all the kind of like drug movies, the cops always dip it in, they go, yeah, that's really good stuff? Well, as a chef, I gotta say, that's really good stuff.
But Aleppan cooking isn't just about exotic spices. It incorporates a whole range of local ingredients as well, resulting in some of the richest and the most complex taste sensations in the Middle East. I'm hooking up with local chef Hassan Koja, my guide, who's going to take me through the aromatic labyrinth of Aleppan flavors. Top 2 on his list are pomegranate molasses and red pepper paste.
Salam alaikum. Marhaba ya shabab.
What's this?
Red pepper paste.
Red
the
pepper
pepper
paste.
coming from Aleppo and fabricated like that.
Yeah,
try.
You can stick your finger in, it's all fine.
Yes, use your finger. Too hot.
It's spicy,
Yeah.
it's salty, it's fermenting a little.
It's too hot.
Really?
Yeah.
The Thai people would be laughing at you.
Dragon. Aleppo dragon.
So all that is roasted peppers that's been peeled, pureed, salted,
Yeah.
and doesn't have much water in there because it's kind of thick, huh?
No water. Must
It dried out.
little dry, yeah.
How much do we need? So this is the pomegranate molasses?
Yeah.
You can't overstate the importance of pomegranate molasses in Syrian cooking. Essentially, a reduction of pomegranate juice, it is used as a flavor enhancer, adding a sweet and sour zing to everything from salads to meat dishes.
And how do I know that's a good one?
You see the color is transparent, little bit transparent.
Yeah,
It must be little bit transparent.
yeah,
Now, try it.
that's good.
Ah.
Sweet, sour. There's no sugar added, no honey, no
Just-
molasses.
Just to dry it a little bit in the slowly cooking.
There he goes. Look at him go.
Oh la la. Mon Dieu. This is the juice of paradise fruit, Roman.
Oh, that would be like the thing for sex or something, the way you're acting.
Chef Koja is going to show me how to make a couple of classic Middle Eastern appetizers, or meza, the Aleppan way.
It's morning, and I'm going to learn two meza dishes, two classics from Aleppo. One is Muhammara and baba ghanoush. You're going to do Muhammara, and I'm going to act like a Neanderthal and just burn eggplants.
But must make a hole.
Yeah, I usually stab it with a knife.
No problem. It's available like that.
For sure.
But you are a friend. I give you like that.
Yeah, thank you.
The Aleppo kitchen, it's a father of all this area, geographic
father.
area. Yeah, the father.
Not the mother?
Not the mother, the father.
So all you do is you pierce it to basically assist in the steaming, the cooking,
Right.
and which will impart the flavors of the charcoal.
It's
when you
enough,
burn it.
enough, more than enough. It runs to the
I've got
salad.
underlying depression.
While I look after the aubergines for the baba ghanoush, Chef Koja gets started on the muhammara by using red pepper paste as a base and mixing it with pomegranate molasses. Just 1 or 2 tablespoons should do. Molasses adds both sweet and sour, so it's really down to your personal taste.
I got to stick my finger in here because if I'm going to reproduce it, there you go.
No, no, just a second.
That's good, huh? Already.
Sugar.
Now for the spices. 1 teaspoon of paprika for mild heat and a teaspoon of cumin.
We add now the olive oil.
That much oil,
The bread observe all the liquid.
breadcrumbs.
Yes.
And use any type of breadcrumbs. You can use like flatbread.
Or like a cookie like this one.
Yeah.
But it's better to find one not sugary.
Yeah, it's not sugary.
Now we add the bread crumbs.
I got to actually make these for you. Instead of using a plastic bag, you use a plastic bag. And then just wrap it up there like that. And then like a Neanderthal. Wah! You want to try mine?
But for the major, it's coming.
But this is my breadcrumbs. What do you think? I'm just, what? You're making me feel like a prop.
You see?
Okay. Don't worry about me. You just have undertones of depression.
Now for the final touch, chopped walnuts.
So you add the walnuts in, and that's a very Turkish thing. The Turkish were the ones that always messed with nuts.
Actually, every recipe is in the Turkey coming from Aleppo. The Prince Ahmed in Turkey registered in his kitchen in the palace. The chef of this place coming from Aleppo.
No, because of the Ottoman Empire, they took all the chefs from all over the empire and then brought them into the palace and made them all. And they weren't all from Aleppo. There were some Persians there too. They were the ones that made the baklawa. That came from Persia.
Even to baklawa coming
Baklawa, you're saying baklawa came from Aleppo?
Yes, it's coming from Aleppo, yes. The master chef of baklawa, he learned the baklawa in Aleppo.
Aleppo is responsible for baklawa.
Yeah. You know, our kitchen since 13,500 years ago. First kitchen in the world.
The Chinese were around for a very long time.
It's more deep.
We had like 3,000 ways to cook a chicken 3,000 years ago.
Aleppo recipes, they will take it from all the history in the world, the time of Silk Road.
Right.
Because Aleppo, it's a major station for this road.
Right.
We take it so many ideas from the Chinese, but we put it our stamp, like sweet and sour. The idea coming from China. This is the history. To finish, this is the. Okay, you want to taste, Mr. Bob?
Yes.
By your way or by my way?
I'm gonna go your way.
Please.
That is very good.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Bob. Thank you, my friend.
So now baba ghanoush.
Baba ghanoush.
Okay.
Yalla.
Now the whole point is you gotta burn it, so I'm just gonna go straight onto the fire.
More
now what
fire.
does baba ghanoush mean exactly? Baba means daddy.
Yeah, and the ghanoush, like a girl, like a bubbly dance, they could do it like that.
Show me the little
It's
dance.
ghanoush, you know? It's a little ghanoush.
Yeah?
Before the aubergine can start ghanoushing, they need to be charred by the fire, making them tender and imparting a smoky flavor. So while we wait, we're gonna prepare a garnish of pomegranate seeds. There's a technique to this.
And just go like this, whack it.
It's better to this one, more strong. Look,
Sorry. Oh my goodness, that's total brute force. So that's the garnish, we're done.
Now, time for the aubergines. First, you have to peel off the charred skin.
I'll just do it Bobby Chinn style.
yeah.
It's like she loves me, She hates my guts. You love me. Let me work on the material, okay? I work alone over here, okay? See, just like that. Isn't that easy?
My God.
Now, chop the aubergine into bite-sized pieces. Then Hassan adds parsley, red pepper, green pepper, some pomegranate seeds, garlic olive oil puree, lemon juice, and finally, just a spoonful of tahina.
Tahina what? So it's just a little sesame paste. Just in there, and that kind of like makes it binding a little thing? Bindy.
Baba ghanoush is traditionally made all over the Middle East, but in Aleppo, it can be served as a dip using quite a lot of tahina, or a salad by leaving the tahina out. I think Hassan here is showing me his own version, which is something in between. Finally, garnish the classic Aleppan way with pomegranate molasses, and Hassan here likes to add crushed walnuts and pomegranate seeds for texture and just to make it look pretty.
So that is the classic Aleppo-style baba ghanoush a la you.
Right.
Ya Hassani, ya Hassan.
Little of sauce.
I'm famished watching
Wow.
you cook all that.
Wow. Please, gentlemen. Show me your face.
Ya Hassani, ya Hassan. That's very, very good baba ghanoush.
Bon appetit.
Alf shukra.
أهلا وسهلا.
Hassan, I'm just gonna sit down here.
Yeah, just a second.
Basically, it's like shopping with the mayor here, okay? Everybody's got to say hello, and he's got to say hello to everybody that he knows and doesn't know sometimes.
No, still, he not complete the knowledge for the pomegranate. We have a street testing.
I'm not getting a PhD in pomegranates. I just want to make Muhammad.
Wow.
The countryside west of Aleppo is one of the most fertile in the region. Olive groves and grapes grow here alongside one of the oldest cultivated fruits in history, the pomegranate. No one knows just how long the pomegranate has been here, but references to the fruit stretch back thousands of years. It was the Syrians who introduced the fruit to the ancient Egyptians, and some historians believe that the infamous Garden of Eden's apple referred to in the Bible is actually a pomegranate. Now I'm a little curious to see how they make this delicious pomegranate molasses, so I've offered my services at one of the local plantations where they make it in the time-honored way. I'm enjoying this bashing thing.
What better way to start the day by whacking pomegranates in the rain with these wonderful ladies. Watch out for this one over here. She's in charge of quantity control. She's production manager here. Okay.
Pomegranates come in three main varieties: sweet and semi-sweet, which are used for desserts and eating fresh, and sour, which are considered the best for salads, savory dishes, and making molasses. It takes at least 25 kilos of seeds to make just 1 kilo of syrup, so eating on the job is not appreciated, but it's so hard to resist.
Oh, this is a good one. Yeah, a good one. Don't start with me. Wah! Ow! Ouch! I've come all the way here to meet the Gambino family. Sorry.
Once the seeds have been extracted, they need to be pressed for their juice. I'm sure there's an easy way to do this, but it wouldn't be half as fun.
I want to show you some new techniques. This is just so kind of like, you know, it's just a German. You want to go like, you know, more kind of, you know, do you know Mick Jagger? Just like that. Ya habibi, ya habibi, ya habibi, ya habibi. Never mind. Just bonding, getting to know the locals. Hi. Hi.
High in vitamin C and health-giving antioxidants, this superfood is gaining popularity all over the world.
Oh, fresh pomegranate squeeze with my own feet. Very good.
Once all the juice is extracted, it's time to cook it. Typically, a pot of pomegranate juice this size must be simmered for at least 4 hours before it's reduced to a syrup.
4 hours later, and we got ourselves a syrup. We got ourselves a pomegranate reduction, and Very, very tart. Very, very good. And in true Arab hospitality, see?
It's a cold, rainy morning and the perfect weather for something warming and substantial. And I'm in luck because Aleppo is home to one of the most popular breakfast haunts in the entire country. It serves a delicious broad bean stew known as fool.
Yallahi. This is obviously the hot place in town. This is Hajj Abdu El Foual, which is Abdu, and he's a seller of fool.
Pulses are hugely important in the Middle East and were originally relied upon as a cheap alternative to meat. And there are hundreds of dishes using just about every kind of bean imaginable, but fool remains one of the most popular. Abdu here makes it the traditional way, using broad beans, tahina, cumin, garlic, chili, olive oil, and lemon juice.
I got here, there was a queue, now it's a mob.
I just came from Dubai, just to eat food at Abu Abdu.
Yeah?
Yeah, this is the best food in town.
So you come with your pot and
I go home and eat it with some tomato, some good bread.
The lines may be long, but no one here is complaining.
People take it to go. There's no issue with hygiene. I don't know who this guy is. Have my hat back? Okay, good. My goodness. Have a baby. Jesus.
Finally, my turn. And I'm going for full Aleppan style, which substitutes the lemon juice for, you guessed it, pomegranate. And at Abdu's, it's BYOP.
Look at them go. كده كفاية. ألف شكر. شكرا. I can totally understand why you can use pomegranate juice versus the lemon because it's less acidic, kind of like heightens all those flavors without the acidity. Let's take a little taster's test. That is excellent. Abdu, انت معلم. And that's as good as you'll ever get it anywhere.
Blame it on the trade routes with China, but Aleppan cuisine is crazy about sweet and sour flavors, and the use of fruit is key. But pomegranate is not the only fruit here. One of the region's most famous creations is a sweet and sour meat dish made with local cherries. I'm going to learn how to cook it with one of the best restaurateurs in town.
Now we're going to learn a fantastic dish by the fantastic Dalal Tuma, who's going to teach us how to make lahma bil karaz, which is, in some people's language, kufta with sour cherries, which is a classic Aleppo dish.
Yes.
So how do we get started?
We have
Sour cherries.
sour cherries.
All right.
Traditionally, the cherries used for this dish is a special type of sour cherry called washna. It only grows in this region, so if you can't find any, try using another variety of sour cherry like morello.
And these sour cherries are frozen, right? Because they're not in season right now.
It's frozen.
But you can
because
use dried cherries too, and we concentrate them in water. And
We
everything.
can put it on in the water.
So you cook these for about, what, 20 minutes?
No, 30 minutes.
30 minutes,
Yeah.
okay.
While the cherries simmer, it's time to prepare the meat. Take ground lamb and add the classic Aleppan 7-spice mixture, fresh ground paprika, and salt.
Now, I hear you're the queen of this dish. That's what people have been telling me. Is that
Thank you.
true? Who taught you?
From my mother.
Oh, your mother taught you.
My mom cook very, very well.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Once the spices are evenly mixed into the meat, shape into balls, and skewer.
Sorry. So what makes it so different is just the spice, right? Because, I mean, you could get, like, lamb kebabs anywhere in the world, but not with 7 spices.
It's different, the spices.
Is it 7 spices because 7's a very lucky number in the Middle East?
It's,
It's a very lucky number, right?
Yeah. It's complete of the world.
God completed the world in 7 days.
Yeah, it's in 7 days.
Before cooking the meat, we're going to check on the sauce. This dish is all about the balance between sweet and sour flavors, so Dalal adds salt, sugar, and lemon juice to taste. Sour cherries are essential to the dish because you don't want the sauce to be too sweet.
Kind of sour, no?
No,
No,
it's good.
Okay, it's fine. It's perfect.
Like the-
Okay.
Now we're ready to barbecue. Dalal likes to place the meat on the charcoal to give it that extra smoky flavor.
You want to use an extra fat on the lamb so that the fat melts
Yeah.
and then hits the smoke and then creates
It's-
flavor.
Yeah,
Grilled meats are common all over the Middle East, but it's the spice and the cherry sauce that makes this dish unique to this region.
it's ready.
Once the meat is slightly cooked, finish it in the sauce for about 15 minutes, allowing all the flavors to blend. While the meat is cooking, layer a plate with thin slices of flatbread, a bit like you're making a pie crust. Then pour the mixture on top of the bread, garnish with freshly chopped parsley, pine nuts, and cinnamon, and there you have it.
He's ready for eating.
That is beautiful. It's very hot, huh?
Yeah.
That is very good. It's got the very subtle. You see, I thought the 7 spices would be really strong, but it's not.
No,
The sweet and sour sauce, very Chinese.
you
And
like
my
it?
God, you're a genius.
Thank you.
I've had you home.
Thank you.
No trip to Aleppo would be complete without a visit to the city's most famous landmark, the Citadel. Built between the 11th and 13th century, in part to protect the city from Crusaders' invasions, the Citadel is a magnificent example of Islamic military architecture, and within its walls are the remains of settlements stretching back for millennia. The Citadel also offers some of the best views of old Aleppo.
Standing up here at the Citadel, looking below at this wonderful city, you can't help but think of the more than 5,000 years of history that has shaped the city, as well as the tides of influences that has actually shaped the cuisine to what it is today. And thinking of food, I'm gonna get something to eat. There's a little cafe down there. Check it out.
Just opposite the Citadel are reminders of a more recent past. During the early part of the 20th century, Syria was under French mandate. Besides nostalgia, these outdoor cafes also offer up some authentic pastries. Gina, a local gourmet raised in the French school system, helps me understand what happens when two great culinary traditions collide.
French treats.
Nice cakes.
So what do we have here?
We have a nice baba au rhum, we have a millefeuille, we have an éclair au chocolat, and we have an opéra with ganache au chocolat.
Outside of dessert, what influences have the French left behind?
It's very common to fix all kinds of French sauces like bechamel, like sauce blanche, le gratin, soufflé, quiche.
Souffle in Syria?
Yes,
Get outta here.
absolutely.
Wow. How about fusion dishes like French Aleppan dishes?
We have croissant with cheese and paprika. We have croissant with cheese and mint. This is something quite specific to the Levant. You don't find it in France. This has been the role of Syria throughout history. Being on a crossroad, we get the influence, we work on it, and we come out with something new.
So should we try one of these?
I think I will have
The eclair.
half of this eclair.
Do you have to use your fingers, or are the French picky about that too?
Well, I don't like too much using my fingers.
You're a
And-
class act. Well, I'm from the States, and I have to eat like a pizza with my hands, a burger with my hands. When I see Europeans eating with forks and knives a burger,
Whatever makes you comfortable.
that's pretty good, huh? You gotta get the pinky out though when you do that.
The pinky, what do you
The
mean?
pinky. The queen does it too. The queen.
Well,
the-
it's
the-
not, we are not dancing ballet, come on, pinky, no, we're just having a little piece of eclair.
And then you act Irish. Oh, I'm so happy to be with her. Four-leaf clover, potato toast, potato toast. There you go.
It's time to say au revoir to Aleppo and make tracks to Syria's most famous city, Damascus.
Hello, sir. Can I get a first-class ticket to Damascus? Thank you. How are you? Good day, sir. you want to buy some credit risk bonds? No? Okay, come on. Can I get a cappuccino and a breakfast, croissant and stuff?
Of course.
Everything's here?
Of course.
Yeah? Eggs Benedict? Squeaky wheels get the oil.
The ride takes me 300 kilometers south of Aleppo, right to the opposite end of the country. Modern, bustling, and cosmopolitan, Damascus is Syria's largest city and its capital. Damascus has a long history stretching back thousands of years, and some claim it is the oldest inhabited city in the world. Over the centuries, many different people and cultures have settled here, developing a style of cuisine that caters to varied tastes.
They have everything from KFC to Starbucks, but that's locally for the tourists. The locals' fast food is pataya, and you can't beat that. Habibi, واحد زعتر والنبي. It's kind of like a mini pizza.
Fataya might look like a pizza, but the taste is distinctly Middle Eastern. Instead of tomato sauce, the locals prefer red pepper paste. The cheese fataya are seasoned with parsley and coriander. There are meat versions too, but you can't beat my favorite, seasoned with an herbal mix called za'atar.
This is it. It's like a folded pizza, no cheese, with za'atar, the thyme and sumac mixed together.
Despite its cosmopolitan atmosphere, Damascus has surprisingly few supermarkets. Instead, many of the street markets here have developed their own way of attracting shoppers on the go. Maria manages one of the best restaurants in Damascus, and she's taking me shopping the modern way, here at one of the city's lazy bone markets.
So wait, so they do the prep work for you?
Yeah, they do the prep work.
Isn't that kind of like cheating?
Yeah. But I mean, it saves time. A lot of housewives are working, so you have less time. As you can see, that's chopped spinach.
They've cooked the beets.
And they've hollowed the courgette, hollowed the aubergines, peeled carrots.
Peeled carrots. It's getting a little carried away, some of the stuff.
Yeah.
You can't peel a carrot, that takes so much time.
It's making life easier at the kitchen.
They do
That's
laundry
already-
too?
No, they don't do laundry.
Do laundry?
The whole life in Damascus is changing. We have supermarkets opening up, malls, you know, it's all changing, you know, becoming more Western.
You know what happens next? Microwave, TV dinners, and then you'll be paying $8 for like a cup of fufu cappuccino from someplace that has a couch in it and Wi-Fi.
Yeah, well, we're already getting there, by the way. 4 piece.
You might think this is cheating, but Maria assures me she can make a classic Middle Eastern dish of stuffed courgettes that even her grandmother would approve using these ready-to-cook ingredients.
And now the lovely Maria's gonna teach me how to make mahshi. Mahshi.
To get started, Maria prepares stuffing using minced lamb and mixing it with about a cup of uncooked rice. She then adds about a teaspoon of salt, 2 teaspoons of mint, a pinch of saffron for color rather than flavoring, so use the cheap stuff. And then some sweet pepper powder.
See, everyone's been saying this red pepper, and then to like, you know, viewers in like Asia, they'll say chili.
Chili, that's
Like, no, paprika, sweet paprika.
Sweet paprika.
Glad we got that cleared up. Now add some vegetable oil to bind it all together.
Can I do something? Because you make me feel like a peeled vegetable myself right now. Feeling very naked and bare and whole.
We need some crushed garlic.
I can crush garlic.
Okay.
Actually, you know a little trick I learned? Is you take a little salt, and you go like that, it makes it abrasive, and you go, crush garlic.
Add the garlic and mix it all together. While Maria stuffs the courgettes, I'm gonna make the stewing sauce. Using olive oil, chopped garlic, onions, and tomatoes.
Now, you know when they talk about spring rolls and you're rolling spring rolls, some people like roll fatties and they find out that they split because you put too much in it and it's not gonna hold it together.
Yeah, that's right.
3/4, half.
Well, 3/4. You should have empty space up till here with your finger.
I got it.
That way you have enough space for the rice to expand and the meat to shrink.
Are you pressing very hard?
Yes.
Or?
We want it to be really well stuffed. So when you cut it while eating, you don't find empty spaces inside.
Oh.
Okay.
How people come across and invent food like this is pretty amazing to me. I'm thinking this was probably food to go. You know, you couldn't have the rice, you couldn't eat the meat, you had to put it on a plate. Someone say, stuff the vegetables, and we can take them with us, because then you can travel with these a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
It's kind of like a sandwich.
Yeah.
Now it's time to cook. Place the courgettes into the pot with the sauce. There's a technique to this.
Open side up.
Open side up?
Yeah.
So you're stacking them like little bottles like that.
Yeah.
But mine just fell down.
It's okay. It's okay.
Cover and let them stew.
So how do you know when they're ready?
Well, 45 minutes later, you can poke them with a knife, and the zucchini should be tender.
Poking and stuffing in the same dish?
Yeah.
I'm loving it already.
Do you smell the garlic?
Actually, you know, opening this lid reminds me of my childhood.
Really? Back in Egypt?
Yeah.
We serve them with fresh mint, onions, peppers as an accompaniment.
Really?
Yeah.
We don't do that in Egypt.
Okay. And now we can take a taste.
Yeah?
Okay. What are you tasting?
The meat's tender, not dry, because of the moisture of the tomatoes.
Definitely.
And then you also have that wonderful courgette, which kind of like holds it all together. I'm tasting love in my mouth.
Excellent.
Yeah, what do you want?
I want some sugar for my coffee.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Yeah, no, the sugar for my coffee.
Yeah, that's very kind of you, really. I do appreciate it.
Habibi! I asked for sugar, not drink it.
Damascus revolves around its old city center. The markets here may not be as extensive as the ones in Aleppo, but they've been around since the days of the spice trade and still offer a wide and exotic range of goods, including a few items that could tantalize even the most jaded palates.
Don't call me a pervert, but this is research. You could never imagine this. Habibi! Ahlan bik. How are you doing? I'm looking for edible underwear. So what do you got?
Apple,
Apple?
ananas,
Pineapple, orange,
and this is
pomegranate.
pomegranate.
Look at that. Oh, nice.
This is this thing.
Ah, okay, swimming suit type outfit. Pomegranate. Take a bite. You twist it like lick. Oh, that's good. Sweet pomegranate, not to be confused with the sour. Ah, clear. Now I know where dental floss came from.
The old city has no shortage of fine restaurants either, but anyone here will tell you that restaurant menus are very different to what people eat at home. But this trend may be set to change. La Naranj is one of the best restaurants in the old city, but instead of serving the usual restaurant fare, is dedicated to bringing the best of Syria's traditional home-cooked recipes to the restaurant table. I'm dining with head chef Ahmed, who has ordered a selection of the country's most loved dishes. Round one, cold meza.
What's that?
It's the meza in Syria. It's more than 260 plate.
How does anyone have a main course in this place if you've got 260 plates?
No, you have it less because.
Okay. Just checking. I gotta try something. This looks like cheese.
Yes, we put it together with thyme from the mountain and special spices. It's take like 45 days to prepare it.
Well, it's gonna take me 1 second to eat it. It reminds me of a very subtle blue cheese.
Yes.
What's that?
The beetroot.
I've never seen a beetroot served like that in the Middle East before.
It's from Damascus. Maybe it's 2,000 or 3,000 years they make it like that. We boil it, then we grate it, then we mix it with tahina and some yogurt.
Simple, that's it?
That's it.
You'd never imagine something so delicious. The idea of actually imparting tahina, sesame paste with beets. Okay, what about that? That looks raw.
Yes, raw meat, lamb.
And there's no fat in there?
No fat.
No fat, it's
No
just
fat.
100% meat.
Yes, I will make fresh cumin, chili, some mint, dry, just a little, and mix spices.
Is that this Aleppo 7 spice? What is that?
Something like that. I like the nuts, some onion,
Okay.
pepper,
It's like a tartare.
and now you can test it, please. What do you think?
You know, I'm not really hot on the whole lamb tartare thing, but that is really good.
Now for the hot appetizers. Ahmed tells me if I try one hot meza in Syria, it has to be their version of a ground meat dish popular throughout the Middle East called kibbeh. What he forgets to mention is that there are many different kinds of kibbeh, and he's ordered most of them.
Kibbeh in Syria like a hamburger in USA.
That's what?
That's a grilled kibbeh.
And what about the one right next to it?
Kibbeh hamis.
Look at that.
Minced
I'm
meat.
using my fingers, I'm sorry. That is like ground meat and the exterior shell that looks like the eggshell. It's bulgur wheat or something.
Burgle
With little meat
with meat, yes.
to hold it together?
We keep it like a juicy with the nuts. And also
So
we
good,
have
the wait staff is staring at me like, that guy can eat more? Yeah.
Bring on the main courses. And in Syria, they can range from meat kebabs to hearty stews cooked with anything from stuffed vine leaves to yogurt to lamb intestines.
we stuff it with rice and meat and nuts, spices.
That is so tender, it's almost like eating a sausage. This is absolutely fantastic. Amazing.
You are more than welcome, but there is more dishes and there is dessert also.
Is there a vomitorium?
Yes.
No. No.
During the Ottoman period, many wealthy Damascus families set up their own watermills in the outskirts of the city to make flour for bread. This one, built in the 15th century, has been recently converted into a boutique hotel and gallery called the Art House and celebrates Syria's artists, old and new. What better place for me to try my own artistic twist on a classic Middle Eastern dessert? Haris.
Now there's many ways to make it, and generally speaking, nobody makes it like this. So I'm gonna dedicate it to Keith Floyd. Keith, God bless you. I'm gonna use semolina, and it's gonna go in this pan here, just like that. No butter, no nothing, and all we're gonna do is we're gonna toast it and give it a little color.
While the semolina is toasting, I'm going to prepare a sweet syrup by heating up a little water, sugar, and adding a touch of lemon juice.
Just like that. That's come to a boil. Now the recipe calls for vanilla. We couldn't get vanilla, but we got vanilla sugar. I think the wine is kicking in.
Now, add a little baking powder to the semolina to help it rise, and then toss the mixture to keep it from burning.
Generally speaking, what they do is they would actually cook it with ghee. Ghee is a clarified butter. So if you want that nutty flavor, by all means, you can cook butter in here, get it a little brown, and then add the semolina to it, but we're not gonna do that. This is why chefs don't go to the gym. This is actual manual labor for us.
Most people save the syrup to pour on the cake after it is baked, but I'm not baking. I'm gonna mix it in with the toasted semolina.
Clive, over here. Ready? We're not gonna be able to do this twice, guys. It's a one-shot wonder. See that? And there you got it. Now, if it's too runny, it'll take forever, and it might not set. I wanna let you know about television. Buddy, because of the internet, budgets are being sliced. This is the kind of spoon I get to work with. It's secondhand and it's been burnt. Okay, so, no oven. And you're thinking to yourself, well, how do you cook this dish if there's no oven? So, I'm gonna cook it in a regular pan. I put parchment paper on here, and just for the Syrians, because they've been so hospitable and so kind and generous to me, I'm gonna add a little ghee to enrich the dish. So here's the ghee. In here, just mix it in there. So this reminds me of English boarding school porridge. It's the only things we're allowed second servings of. Like you'd want second servings from this boarding school I went to. Now what you want to do is you want to flatten it out a little bit. I'm going to put it in the swimming pool here, just to make the pan go down in temperature a little bit. Ideally, you put it in the refrigerator, and that's what I'm going to do.
You want to let the mixture chill in the fridge for at least 30 minutes, or until it sets.
Out of the fridge. Here we go. It's stuck a little. Just run the knife on the exterior part of the pan. Now the moment of truth. Okay, some stuck to the side. C'est la vie. Peel the parchment paper off. Being ever so gentle, be gingerly, yes.
Harissa is traditionally garnished with pistachio nuts or almonds and drenched in a sugar syrup or honey. But I have simplified it.
Little slice here. Needs more butter. Without ghee, it ain't the same. If I serve this to the Syrian chef, you'd say, hey, 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 where's the ghee?
Well, that dessert didn't really go to plan. Lucky for me, Damascus is famous for its sweets, so I've hit the streets looking for a fix. From traditional baklawas made with nuts and honey, to the cheese-based kunefas drenched in syrup and scented with rose water. If you got a sweet tooth, this is a place for you. But tonight, I'm in the mood for something frosty.
You can't come to Damascus without checking out Bakdash ice cream. People from all over the Middle East come to visit this place, including Adel Imam, King Hussein of Jordan, you name it. This is supposed to be the best ice cream in town.
Established in 1896, Bakdash was the first to introduce ice cream to the Middle East. Its unique blend of cream, rosewater, Arabic gum, vanilla, and pistachios, handmade in the traditional way, has made addicts out of millions. And it comes with a floor show, too. What more could you ask for? I've ordered the house favorite, Circle of Wonder.
This is it. This is the ice cream wonder. And you come all the way from Jordan to eat this?
Yes, Jordan. If you come to the Damascus, you must eat in Bakdash.
Back there, that's what I hear.
Yes.
It's good, huh? Love the nuts on top, pistachios. It's a long way to get ice cream, huh? Don't have ice cream in Jordan?
We have.
I notice the king comes here.
Yes.
But I'm not sure if I'd go all the way from San Francisco to Mexico for ice cream. It's a long way for ice cream, personally speaking. Like there's not enough aerobics in this show.
Now, there comes a time in every show where I have to eat something a little strange, and that time has come.
So this is camel meat, camel hump with camel meat. One hump for me, please. And now you know that a camel hump is nothing but fat. Oh, this should be tasty. Enjoy.
Nearly half of Syria is desert, and camel meat has been on the menu since time began. These days, it's a cheap alternative to lamb, but the hump is considered a delicacy. Fat from the hump is mixed with leaner meat and seasoned with salt and parsley before being shaped into kebabs and then grilled.
I'm only gonna eat one. You can eat it raw? Nee? عايز اشوف nee. The suggestion or any concept or idea of actually eating this stuff raw ain't gonna happen. So the story goes that a camel is a very jealous creature. And if you eat camel meat, you become jealous yourself, and you gotta wash the jealousy out. You have spouts of jealousy. Oh. He's saying it doesn't make you jealous, it makes you protective. Bit of, boom, yeah. This is all just because of a camel? Just because of a meal? What the? There it is, like a spring roll. Okay. Tastes like regular meat. Maybe she's sleeping with some other man. Huh? Maybe that's what's going on. I've had enough of this. I can't deal with this. No, don't you look at me. I know what you're all about. What? Sorry. Okay.
I think I might need to wash away some of that protective jealousy. And I can't think of a better way then with a relaxing Turkish bath and massage at the local hammam.
This is Yahya. He's my masseuse. Really, Yahya?
Yeah.
Gentle, okay?
There's a problem there? Yes, there is a problem there. Yes. Yes.
My expectation for food and hospitality here was very high, but the Syrians have seriously exceeded it. Habibi, back it up. Scratch. Oh, down a little.